Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks, and I just got it out from the shop and made these two 3D, three-dimensional. I mean, it really curves in. It's hard to really see it, but the picture doesn't do it justified. And I've done a video on this, and then I've figured out how to make this pattern. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make this, and these are both the same. I might have to cut the video in half and show you how to make the other one. Just draw a rectangle with your ratio unlocked, make it 4 by 2, because that way it's equal. Then go up here with your ratio locked and put a 2-inch radius on it. Grab your ellipse tool and make you a 2-inch circle. And before you do that, if you would have it locked, it'll make it 2 inches exactly in all directions. Then just go and put it right on the midpoint. Control D and make a duplicate and move it down to the midpoint. Take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in. Left click, right click. I always try to make it something more than a hairline. And then contour it to the inside 0.001 in a gray. Now, that's not what we want. We want just the opposite, but it's a lot easier to see the black. So we're going to go to Object, break Contour apart, select it all again, go to Object and group it. Go to Effects, Transform, Invert Colors. That's what we want. Now, it is 2 by 2. So set your nudge distance on 0.5. Control D and make a duplicate and move it down twice, and then move it over once or twice. Now that white line is going to be the white line that is right here. But you cannot just take this thing and think you can join them up, because there's nothing there to join. So Control D and make a duplicate, move down one, over, down, over. You could probably do it in 1-inch increments, but you've got to move at least, I like doing it in 1/2 inch. Control D and make a duplicate, move it up, and then over, and then down. You can almost just kind of play with it. Let's change it to 1 and see what happens. Group this together, Control G, Control D and make a duplicate, move it down a couple of times, and then move it over. So 1 inch does work. Control D and make a duplicate and just keep moving them over. Now we need to put one here so we could actually go up, over, that'll work, up, over. And you just need to get a couple more. Control D and make a duplicate. And when you're working with 3D, it slows down your computer. I think we're there. Let's go one more and see. Yep, we're good. Move it back up. Now we need to go Control D, move it over, and we need to get one of those round parts and see how it's slowing down my laptop. It's because there's a lot there. And now we can move down. And we've got a pretty, I could have done a lot better than that, because you could just keep going. Maybe that's why I went in a 1/2 inch increment. But anyway, now let's group all this, and you could run that. Control G and make a group of it, and then draw you a box inside there. See, it's even slowing down my rectangle tool. Then select it all, and this is only if you want to have a box. And then go right here to intersect, and it's going to take just a second because there's a lot going on right here. You've got a lot of contours and patterns, and it's already done it. And then just move it out of the way. Now, with this particular pattern, it's be a lot better to convert it to a bitmap, grayscale. What that does, it fuzzies it up. But I just ran it out to the shop and I did not do that. And some of them didn't agree. And then, so this thing is huge. Then what I would do, I would make it, 2 inches in one direction and test that pattern with your laser. Because if you do something this big, these are 2x2 squares. Of course, the picture looks bigger. So stay tuned for part 2, and I'm going to show you how to arrange these. That wasn't very good. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit. Thanks for watching.